Hey guys and girls on Ashibini, this is Kathy Cat from the big city jungle of Tokyo. And today we're gonna go and we're gonna talk about common injuries and dangers. All the kind of accidents that happen here in Japan. So let's find out what they are. You might have thought this is just a normal road, but there's a lot of things on the road that are coming to get you. You need to be super careful. There, director, be very careful. You almost stumbled over this. And here we go. Like, what's with this random corner and this broken off stone here? What's going on there? Can we have this as well? These things here, they're deadly, guys. They're deadly. You never know what you're gonna get. Look at that. Why are they even here? Look at that. Look at that. All the things are there to make you stumble on the streets. I mean, what is that even? That doesn't even give you a slope. It doesn't even give you a general. Why is that even there? What's even there? I mean, legit, why is that there? I mean, if it's supposed to give you a gentle slope, why is that there then? Why don't you just close this one up? And then there are random things in the middle of the street that will just make you walk into them, stumble. Loads of little things here, there, and everywhere. You're not safe. You're not safe. I mean, what's that? What's this? I mean, just dangers around every corner. Lethal dangers. But now for real, there's a lot of little gaps here, there, and everywhere, or little slopes and stuff. So you can easily sprain your ankle, sprain a couple of things. And therefore, you just need to be a little bit careful when you're walking around. Watch out for random gaps like these ones here. And don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. So on that note, guys, it's really burn! A lot of tasty foods exist here in Japan. Think about it. Tempura, fried in boiling hot oil. We have teppanyaki, all kinds of dishes like okonomiyaki. It's again on a sizzling hot plate. You have tasty ramen. You're allowed to slurp it to cool it down while you're eating it. There's so many good foods. There's so much to enjoy here, but they're all very hot. Now, ta-da! What do you think this is?
それ甘いですわこれでどうやった
こんにちは。甘口ソースのたこ焼きお願いします。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。いつもたこ焼き食べるときにやけどしちゃうんですけど、なんかコツありますか？
ないですね。そんなないですね。
冷ますに待つしかないですかね。ありがとうございます。
はい、どうも。
ありがとうございます。Alright, this one is still hot. This is hot takoyaki. Takoyaki is the worst thing you can burn yourself on, in my opinion, of the Japanese foods. Because even though the outside might have calmed down, the inside is still boiling hot. Look at this. The fish flakes are still moving, which means this is definitely still hot. Alright. My best trick is to let it cool down or cut it in half, because if you eat it in one go, even though it looks so tempting and it looks fine, it usually is not. Ah! I'm already burning my finger, so this is probably still boiling on. Ah! Whoa. Inside is still pretty hot. Bruises. Now think about the situation. You're in a wonderful Japanese onsen. They're hot springs. We've done videos about them, right? And so you're sitting there in the nice warm water and you're sitting there. And even though the onsen takes a lot of precautions and makes sure everyone is safe, there are some things they cannot care for, and that's natural circumstances. And since there's water everywhere and a lot of stone around, it's easy to slip and fall and then land on your butt or like hold yourself somewhere. And it's easy to get some bruises here or there when you go to an onsen. Also, in the Japanese hot springs, they use a lot of special ingredients. Sometimes it's calcium, sometimes it's some kind of milky substances that are supposed to be good for your skin, or herbs, or stuff like that, which makes the floor even slipperier, even more slippery. So there will be signs everywhere. Please be aware. So no running, no splashing, no diving, no swimming in the onsen. Stay safe and don't slip. Breaking your bones. So, for example, imagine being in this wonderful ryokan, the Japanese guest house, and you can see like everything is done with wooden framework and wooden floors, maybe some tatami mats. In those small spaces, any kind of hotel, hostels, ryokans, offices, houses, apartments, it is very easy to kind of bump and bruise yourself or maybe even break a bone. Inside the house, that's actually an interesting area. Inside the house, you can actually injure yourself much more severely than sometimes outside of the house. I had a couple of critical situations for my legs. Generally, in my house, I bumped my legs so many times that they're like little bruised peaches after a while because there's so many little things you're squishing into your household. So why is that?
1, 2, 3.
That is because only 27% of the landscape in Japan can actually be inhabited by people. It's actually good to live on. We have a lot of mountain areas here in Japan, only 27%. Now in the UK, that's 84% that you can live on. And even in my country, Germany, it's 66%. So Japan, it's actually very little amount of areas where people can live because of the mountains, which means everything's a bit more cramped, meaning the houses are generally smaller, the rooms are smaller too. So, タンスに足をぶつける to hit yourself on like a closet and stuff like that is a very common thing that will happen to you because the amount of space is just so much more limited. So your furniture is a little bit closer together. You might only have a small path between you, the bed, and the wall and stuff like that. That's just little things. Maybe not so much breaking a bone, but generally you'll get a couple of bruises on your legs when you live in a household like this. Also because a lot of things are limited lower. So for example, tables in Japan, if you have the ones where you sit and kneel down, they're also on a lower level, which means they're just where your chin is. Bam! Alright, and since we are here at our office, we're gonna see and have a look if we can find some things like that. No, to be honest, this office is actually a lot more spacious than others, but already here in our little room, we had more space here before, but now it's full with boxes. Some things are getting stored. We don't have a storage room, so this area has to now function as a storage room for now. Oh, the director already knocked something off. That wasn't on purpose. Okay, so this is actually quite spacious. Just this area is probably bigger than my house. One thing is Japanese people take their shoes off when they come in. Same thing for ryokans and similar areas. So it's a lot easier to hurt your toes. Come on. Come on. Careful. Here we go. Alright, well that's our office and it is actually super spacious. So things are not as squished as they are in other areas, but you can see that here on the back, it's kind of close to the wall. So you don't really have, if someone is standing behind you, you can't really push the chair much back. Stuff like that, I guess. But apart from that, it's kind of spacious. If a Lolita fits through it, we're good. But it is kind of easy to knock your feet on little areas like these, on the chairs. Oh, my poor little feet. But because you take your shoes off, it's a little bit easier to sprain or break your little toes. Hey guys, this is very polite Kathy Cat. Usually in Japan you'll see a lot of people who are kneeling on the floor and their legs might get numb in this position called seiza. And seiza means the polite or the correct form of sitting, and it is in polite situations you're supposed to kneel but not on the chair what I'm doing. You're supposed to kneel on the floor, but there's some danger in that too. Apparently, one of the reasons why Seiza was adopted is because it shows good faith. It shows that you're not able to quickly get up and attack the other person because the way your legs are folded under you. But what will happen is the longer you stay in this pose, your legs and your feet will go numb. And especially for longer things like tea ceremonies and stuff, there's going to be a real agony in it. So when you're sitting in the Seiza position like this, with your knees folded underneath you, usually your heel will about like you will sit, your peach will sit on your heel. Your peach will sit on your heel. And now what happens with priests and such who have to sit in this position for a long time, what's better is try to position your heel a little bit more under your thigh instead of your heel. It will push up your knees a little bit, it will help you to sit straight, and it will give you the chance to stay in the Seiza position for a little bit longer. That's just a little hint from me to you, because if you guys come to Japan, you will probably sit in the kneeling position for longer times than your body might be used to. So, just a little hint from me to you. I'm gonna help you out, guys. Those are some of the small and big dangers that you might encounter, the kind of everyday bruises or little accidents that might happen when you come to Japan. If you guys have experienced anything we missed, let us know in the comments. In my case, last year I kind of injured myself twice. One was I fell off my bicycle, and the second one is I knocked my toe and fractured my toe on the bathtub. So it's small little silly things, but there is not so much space, so things like that happen easier. And again, my legs get bruised like a peach generally because there's so many things in low areas that I just knock into. But hey, stay careful guys, stay careful out there. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you soon for more stuff here on Ask Japanese. Don't forget, check out our socials, we do all the cool things, and I'll catch you soon with another video on Ask Japanese. Don't forget to subscribe and push the like button. Bye!